On Sunday, August 29th, on the 16th anniversary of Hurricane Katrina, Hurricane Ida made landfall along the Louisiana coast. This was a moment for Children's Hospital New Orleans, and we stepped up.
Hurricane Ida was an unprecedented challenge. Usually you have a depopulated hospital in a depopulated city. This was the converse. It was a full city with very full hospitals with very sick patients.
Planning for hurricanes is year-round. It's not just when the event occurs. So early in the year, we begin dusting off our plan, looking through, making sure we have the appropriate supplies on hand. We start communicating with our staff so that we can pull the trigger on those orders when needed.
It's always been a remarkable thing to me when these disasters like hurricanes come along to see how many hands go up and how many people actually volunteer to be part of the care team. And that was true here. We had numerous medical staff who were willing to get their families out of harm's way and then come back to the hospital to care for other people's children.
We knew we would be without our children. I have a lot of family in Georgia. My parents were able to help us get them there safely. So once they were there, the day before the storm hit, we were able to come in and focus on what we needed to do here. Leaving my baby to go take care of someone else's, that's part of the work. That's why I love what I do, is I'm able to do that for other moms and other parents.
The fact that everybody kind of worked as just one team, one family, is just outstanding. Yeah, there's some stuff going on, but at the end of the day, we're a hospital and we have to take care of patients.
It was very inspiring to me. I don't think I've ever been prouder to be a pediatrician.
When we know a storm is coming, we designate an incident command center. People traditionally work in roles that are somewhat like their day-to-day work here at the hospital, but can sometimes ask people to stretch and move into different roles they haven't worked in before.
This was my first experience as an operations chief on an incident command center, so that was brand new for me.
I was voluntold that I would be in the incident command center. Didn't really know what that was, so then my role became I was supposed to answer the phone as employees were calling in, telling us where they were and what their needs might be, how we could assist them.
And what I saw was the team, whether it was their job or not, or their title or not, it didn't matter. They just wanted to help, and we saw that across the board.
When people arrive for the storm, for lockdown, it definitely looks like they're coming for this huge slumber party. Myself included, pulled a wagon behind me. You've got, clothes, you've got pillows, blankets, everyone's bringing snacks.
It was my first hurricane experience, so and it went pretty well for me because, we got housed, they really took really good care of us here, fed us and things of that nature.
I guess the nice thing about it was I'm here and I have a job and I have something to prioritize besides just focusing on the storm.
I do think that people's spirits remained high throughout most of it. Everybody thought that it was the best bonding experience that we could have created, so.
The first night, the night of the storm, we didn't sleep much because we was constantly getting calls, constantly going to check on leaks and things. We may have gotten 3 hours. Then we was up early the next morning dealing with the same thing. No one complained about them being tired or anything like that. We just did it. And that's our department, that's what we do, we just do it. It's like our motto. I'm taking it from Nike, we just do it. Yeah.
All new construction actually did really well considering the high winds of up to 150 miles an hour. It was fingers crossed while everything was going down, but it definitely held up well.
We knew that it would be an intense few hours while the storm passed, but frankly, we had a lot of confidence in our facility and in our facilities team, and we knew that we'd very quickly have to shift our focus to what happens after the storm. How do we care for our team members? How do we care for our community? Making sure that we're ready to answer the call the next morning.
A lot of the challenges when you face a storm like this, which, let's be honest, it's been 15 years since we faced a storm like this, relate around supply chain, relate around having enough people here to do the job. And I think at the end of the day, what they did was truly, truly exceptional.
Several of us brought a whole lot of different things. I was a delivery driver. I brought several pallets of food from New Orleans East. We coordinated actually a whole truckload of water from the Home Depot out in Harahan, of all things, and really just worked to get items to staff that come in hard supply after a hurricane.
When people come down to come to the cafeteria, and they see every day that we have eggs, bacon, sausage for breakfast, they start their day off with proof that we're not alone.
Our emergency preparedness plan for this storm, I think, was seamless. We had fuel on site. Ultimately, we ended up with shower trailers. We ended up with food here to be able to feed our team. Obviously, there'll be some hiccups along the way because every storm is different, but I think we did a great job executing our plan.
We launched a number of programs in the aftermath of the storm. We stood them up very quickly. Some of the programs that we are offering our staff members now include an employee assistance fund, more than 37,000 free meals. We offered socks, t-shirts, underwear to our staff, the basic things that people need. We offered pet care. We offered child care, showers, laundry service. One of the additional items that we stood up was an I have a need or I can provide a need website, and we're matching up all of those needs so that our employees are taken care of.
In the aftermath of Hurricane Katrina, which in a lot of ways was the event that spawned the LCMC system, we learned that taking care of our people was the most important thing we would do after a storm. Not patching the roof, not getting the power on in our clinics, taking care of our people.
I'm really touched by the idea of the way we came together and our culture was highlighted. It wasn't as though when we went through the hurricane that someone came in and made an announcement, let's be kind to each other, let's solve problems together. Instead, what you saw was a couple thousand employees choosing to help one another, to live the CHNOLA values, the caring, the honor, the nice, ownership, leadership, and advocacy. But it was really the Who Dat culture. We talk about Who Dat as standing in the gap for our kids and our patients. And this particular time, I gotta tell you, I was just overwhelmed to watch the Who Dat culture standing in the gap for our team members in everything that they needed. It was spectacular.